Hey there everybody, Kopika here. Welcome back to more Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. We are now in the bonus episode, so you're probably wondering, what is there to really do in Kingdom Hearts 2 once you basically have completed almost entirely everything, considering the fact that you think the bonuses will be the Cavern of Remembrance or, fighting the Lingering Will. Well, there are some extra things that you can do. First off, you obviously end up having the Gummy Ship routes. I end up managing to do just a few of them here and there because this was a second recording, because I actually didn't like how that one was done and I kind of wanted to be able to explain this a little bit better. So, for the Gummy Ships, you have 3 tier levels that you can do, and also 3 EX levels that you can also do. You have the capabilities of doing the same thing for level 1. Level 2 is just an enemy gauntlet where you just have to end up destroying a lot of enemies to be able to get a certain amount of score. And level 3 is a little bit harder because it's more so of a high score run, which you have to end up killing a certain amount of enemies. Now what makes level 3 a little bit different compared to 1 and 2 is that level 3 allows you to end up controlling the camera at will. So you know how you see the radar on the screen and everything? Yeah, you have the capabilities of now controlling that. It's a bit difficult, as you can see, how I only got a C rank, because it's actually pretty bad. So, the reason as to why you want to do this is so that you can be able to upgrade your gummy, to be able to end up getting more particular items for your gummy ships, and also end up obtaining different models as well. So let's go into detail on the gummy ship thing. When you end up going into it, it ends up obviously giving you the tutorial segment, and you end up getting some AP upgrades and also limit upgrades as you end up progressing through each and every single level of the gummy ships. So, you obviously still have your block systems, which are still exactly how they are. You have the copy, you have this, but the difference is that the weapons now are essentially implemented by pressing the triangle button. The new addition to your gummy ships now are abilities. You can end up implementing abilities into your gummy ships to make them a little bit more powerful. Cannon upgrades ends up increasing the cannon output of how much much damage they can take, or how much damage they can do. Lasers, vice versa, just like the cannons, ends up doing more damage. Heal ends up increasing how much the heal orbs can be able to end up healing your ship. Auto life ends up bringing you back to life when you hit 0 for the first time. Auto counter ends up counterattacking with anything such as a laser or whatever. The slash ends up increasing the speed of which the slash gauge ends up filling. The slash is essentially a glorified melee attack, similar to what you can do in the first Kingdom Hearts with the net and whatnot, so be able to end up grabbing orbs towards you. But unlike, unlike the first game, which you kind of collecting materials by going slow, in this game you're not really doing that. The materials kind of end up gravitating towards you regardless. Slash pre-charge ends up charging the slash gauge so it can be used at the start of the course. Formation change is similar to, it's actually not really similar to transformation when you change ships, but it allows you to end up changing the formation of the ships. There are little tiny arrows that you can see on the bottom HUD system of the gummy ship section that ends up basically showing what formation your tiny ship is in. If you end up having this, it allows you to end up changing the formation up to how it basically ends up changing their behavior, so to speak. Similar to how, you end up having Sora, Donald, and Goofy, Donald and Goofy end up attacking in a certain particular way. Now, the thing I should mention, there are more abilities in here, but you do have to end up doing all the gummy ship routes as a whole. So, why do you want to do that? But before we end up doing that, let's actually go into the detail of each and every single part that we have. We obviously have the standard cannon, and we have the fire. We also have another cannon that ends up allowing to fire 2 rounds instead. We have another one that ends up firing 2 other powerful rounds, except it's straight ahead. It's actually pretty cool. Actually, they kind of both fire like 2 rounds now that I think about it. Now, you have the bi-directions. What that means is that they're kind of going to split. They're not going to really go straight. They're going to split apart, so be mindful for that if you decide to end up implementing a lot of that into your ship. There's also the same thing for the others, depending on which one you have, ends up increasing the offensive power. And we don't have the little bulky version, or I should say Graviga, I guess? Yeah, Graviga. We don't have the Graviga gun. And we also don't even have the Meteor, I guess, wait, what would this one even be called? Because it's literally called Comet, Meteor, and then probably something else. And I don't know what that last one is at. And then you have the lasers, which ends up okay, so if you decide to play the game with semi-auto, you won't be able to utilize the lasers effectively. So if you kind of want to be able to use these lasers, you need to go ahead and set it back to, well, actually no, you want to set it back to semi-auto. You don't want it to be auto. At least I think that's what it is. Long story short, don't have it on so that because I mean, you can still utilize the lasers by just not shooting and just letting the target laser do what it's supposed to do and then fire your shots, but you know. And these are essentially your offensive capabilities. It's kind of cool to see that this is what the Orichalcum looks like, and this is what the Masamune looks like, which is a very short sword, and it kind of does look like Sephiroth's sword, so to speak, but not really, even though it looks like glorified knives. Alright, so you also got your jets. Now you're probably wondering, do you really need these? These essentially just increases your speed. That's it. Like, you don't really need to increase your speed in these gummy ship sections, if I'm being perfectly honest. I don't really understand why they even have jets. I guess if you want to make a glorified, fancy looking jet, then sure, by all means. Now, for these things here, you notice that it says power. This thing increases damage dealt by weapon gummies. You want to equip these onto your person so that way you can end up having significantly high damage output. And you know, you got your shields that essentially ends up blocking like enemy lasers and whatnot. You have these things which ends up increasing the gummy ships' power. Now these wonderful little neon bars are pretty interesting. Now, there is a method of successfully having a much easier time with these segments. Normally, what players would do is that they will essentially make a glorified ship that kind of looks like this. So that way, the ship's center part will be the only thing that will be targeted by enemies. Like I said, there's a whole in-depth guide on how gummy ships making is supposed to be done, and it's ridiculous. Half of the time, I kind of end up questioning, why does this exist? And then I kind of think to myself as like, yeah, I know why this exists, because there's like a lot of people who just really, really love Legos, and that's actually kind of a good reason. So if you kind of want to, a better in-depth guide on this, I suggest like the YouTuber Biscuits. He kind of did like a very good in-depth guide on how to create 2 different types of gummy ships. Well, he also ended up giving an in-depth guide on how the gummy ships should be done, and also to face off against Super Boss. Yes, the gummy ship in Kingdom Hearts 2 actually has its own super boss. Just like how Sora, Donald, and Goofy ends up fighting their super bosses and whatnot, you also have yourself a super boss in this game. The super boss is actually one of the particular enemy known as Hunter X. It's the enemy that you constantly end up seeing in certain gummy ship routes that ends up not dying when you kill it, and it just runs away. It returns in the final gummy ship route in this game when you're going back to Twilight Town. Once you have completed level 1 and level 2, you will end up getting level 3, and unlike level 3s, level 1 and level 2 will just end just like normal, but level 3 will end in a different way, which you will end up fighting the super boss of this game, or the super boss in the gummy ship route. And it's pretty tough because it's not your typical, oh, you can just bum rush it to kill it sort of deal. He hurts. He has certain particular attacks that kind of feels like a bullet hell boss. And he also shoots a lot of bullets as well. So he is technically kind of a glorified bullet hell boss in itself. I'm not going to do it yet. I'm probably going to actually save it just a little bit later in a future video, because to be honest, you're just going to be seeing me doing the same exact crap every single time in the gummy ship routes. But what I want to do is kind of want to end up showcasing some of the Juminy Journal stuff. So as I said before, if you want more in-depth details on how the gummy ship routes how the gummy ships work, I suggest Biscuits' guide. It's really good. It's really detailed. It ends up going into a lot of good things. I'll end up putting the link to the description because it actually is really helpful. So, alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back to Olympus Coliseum. I know you guys are really enjoying that glorified thing now, aren't you? So for the Olympus Coliseum, you can head back to Phil and end up essentially talking to him to end up hitting jars again. Now, the thing is that one of the requirements is you kind of have to do this. So you have to do it once. And to do this effectively anyways, you kind of need to go ahead and end up doing it in a way so that you don't end up having any sort of particular issues. As you can see here, that ain't working. But that is fine. You need to get a certain amount of score. But the problem is that, well, you're seeing it now. The jars only can be destroyed by means of a combo finisher. You do not want to have combo finishers you do not want to have combo modifiers for this fight or for this minigame. I don't know why I'm saying it a fight. It's not a fight. It's literally just me bumping up barrels. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and get rid of your combo pluses so that way you can just end up initiating a combo finisher off the bat. I notice I have like one extra combo going for me. What's up? What's going on? I should not have no combo finisher at all. But you know what? The better way is if we want to get an automatic combo finisher, we just go for this. All right. So let's talk to Phil. Let's give him the 411. Tell him that he sucks. And let's go ahead and just do this as proper, shall we? So use gather. End up just doing that. And you can just end up just spamming this a bunch. Because since, you know, Magnet Splash is pretty good, it's pretty keynote. Unfortunately, you notice that there's like barely any jars showing up, but that's fine. End up just getting rid of them. Booyah, look at that. Unfortunately, though, I don't think this method is actually probably useful because the jars are kind of not really showing up. But then again, I don't know. Maybe it is useful. Oh my god, that was like a whistle from my mouth. Holy crap. I haven't done that in a while. Then again, I also don't have like headphones on for good reasons because sometimes I kind of feel that I can't even hear my voice. Even though I could just end up just listening to the soundtrack, but to be honest, I can't do that. Not with this computer because it kind of does lag behind whenever I end up starting the recording. It's kind of ridiculous. Now, funny enough, having negative combo and just initiating a combo finisher actually makes a certain particular fight a little bit more trivial and also hilarious. Oh my god. For people who are familiar with the speedrun platinum rank of this game, you guys probably know what I'm talking about. It's quite a very hilarious one, I must say. It really is. Anyways, we probably didn't even make the score because I think you probably need... I don't think you need 1,500. I really God hope not. What is the Juminy requirement for this? Yeah, you need 1,000. Neat. It's like, alright, well, I guess you kind of need something to go ahead and end up doing it. Anyways, yeah, well... having the negative combo ends up helping out a bit to be able to end up getting rid of most of the jars without any worries. But then again, you also kind of need to remember that if you destroy all of them very quickly, it's kind of weird because you have to do a certain thing to be able to make them show up. It's pretty odd. So, let me see. I shall end up returning back to... I will see you back when we head to Grabah. Well, actually, I don't know why I'm saying I will see you back. We're gonna head back to Grabah. Alright. So now that we're back at Grabah, there's one thing that we can do here. We can talk to this peddler here. He ends up saying is you're interested in stuff. You can end up utilizing glorified skateboards. And all the skateboard segments are usually sometimes unique. You end up having to get these wonderful crystals for this dude. And it's pretty nice. Except I failed that tremendously because I forgot how games work. So what you kind of want to do here is you kind of just want to go through the path. Think of it as collecting a bunch of glorified items as you progress through video games. So you end up collecting them as willy-nilly. You end up collecting them, end up doing the sliding thing, because it ends up allowing you to end up collecting these gems a lot effectively. You obviously do need to do this at a certain particular time limit, just like most things in this game, where they kind of do want you to end up getting a certain amount, even though there is an actual time limit in this. Oh crap, I didn't realize that. Oh, you need to get a certain amount of score. That's what it is. Also, I love how the text is a little bit different. Kaza gives me a little bit of The World's End With You, which, speaking of The World's End With You, it's got its game. It's getting itself a sequel, which is really cool. Now, the magic carpet ride, you have to do it again. We're not doing it because that's ridiculous. Also, really, 10 or more points, that's very... That's not a lot. I would have made that. I would have made that 20. All right, so that's it for Grabah. There's nothing else. You do have to do the segment again, the Abu section, and also the thing where you fall down section. You have to do that again. For Christmas Town, you have to end up doing the Christmas you have to do the presents mini game again, and you have to end up getting a certain amount of score. And then you also end up talking to one of the, I think it's you? No, it is not. I know that there is an elf that we can talk to that allows me to basically go ahead and run around in circles for a good couple of minutes. Unless I'm thinking of somebody else. Or maybe there isn't somebody like that at all in this place, and I'm just gone insane. I'm pretty sure there was somebody. Wasn't there? Whatever. Maybe there wasn't anybody. How appropriate that we're back at Christmas Town, of all places. But no, you talk to this guy, you know, just saying that you want to make presents again, and then he ends up basically allowing you to play the minigame again. It's same thing as before, nothing new, nothing different. You just gotta end up just getting a certain amount of score as quickly as possible. To be able to end up doing this, I'm gonna tell you this right now, pray for the RNG gods, because you're gonna need it. Trust me, you're gonna need it. Alright, cool. Also, kind of like bash, lock, shock, and barrel, so that way you can end up getting a certain amount of score. Because they can be pretty annoying, and they're pretty much brats. Nobody likes them. Because the presents you want to get is you want to try to get the big ones. Especially when you get like the gold big ones. Those are you want the big chunks. That's besides the point. Like this. You want this big chunk. You also don't want Barrel to be coming in, barreling in himself. You got Lock just sliding in like he's freaking Mega Man. And you have Shock. I kind of got all the names mixed up. Can you tell I only watched the movie once? Can you tell I only watched Nightmare Before Christmas once? Alright, let's see. Do we end up... I keep going to the status menu. Let's see. The mission. You need to get 150. Booyah. Okay, see, there is a Skateboard Workshop Brave thing here. I knew it. So who the heck is it? I knew there was a workshop thing, bagger. Oh, you know what? This is... Okay, it's actually kind of dumb because... alright, so you have to go all the way back to the entrance to get to the skateboarding minigame. It's so weird because it's like, what? So yeah, you have to not talk to you. No, you gotta talk to Locke here. Are you Locke? I don't know which one you... No, you are Locke because you're different, I guess. So for this one, you kind of just want to get a certain amount of score similar to what you did before. The only difference is that, you know, you have a time limit this time. You're kind of not like, you know, whatever. This is kind of really dumb, to be fair, because I think this is easy to do, but I also think this is probably a little bit difficult to do. I don't really know. All I know is that you kind of want to just keep going back and forth all the way up to the top, so that way you have the much better advantage to just be able to get a lot of score. You probably need to get 2,500 because it kind of looks like that you can probably get 2,500, but if it's 1,500, I'm just gonna it's 15. Wow, really? No, it's 1,000. It's worse. Okay, whatever. That's it for that. Also, you can kind of end up seeing half of the stuff that we've already done already. What the hell is missing in this? Oh, it's the treasure chest. How the hell am I missing a treasure chest? How did I miss a treasure chest in Disney's castle? Whatever. Anyways, so, obviously I already showcased what all the Twilight Town ones are. Essentially, it's just you doing all the mini games that you did with Roxas again, except they're just requirements for them this time. They're a lot easier to do with Sora than they are with Roxas, because, you know, Sora has more mobility. Atlantica, you have to do the mini game again, all of them. You have to perform them all again. It's ridiculously stupid, and I don't like it. For Space Paranoids, you have to play the 2 mini games again. Well, yeah, you have to play the life cycle again, and then that's it. And you have to play the life cycle again and also get a certain amount of enemies defeated. For Port Royal, there's also a skateboard mini game in that too. That one more so consists of, I think, kind of getting the gems or probably end up getting a score. You know what? We should probably go ahead and check since we're here. And then after that, there is one more thing I want to showcase that is a bit of a good thing for those who may be having like a bit of a difficult time. I don't think we want to. I hate Port Royal for various reasons, because the fact that you kind of have to unlock the checkpoint system by actually highlighting the friggin' you have to highlight the thing with the thing. You have to get to the save point to get the friggin' area highlighted again. Jeez, I don't know why I couldn't talk. Oh my god. Anyways, let's go ahead and get on out of here. So I end up coming back here. I'm actually gonna go to the world map of the rest of this stupid dumb place. Okay, there we go. Okay, no, all right, never mind. No, I know why I hate Port Royal, because it actually has realism with the stupid ship, where wherever the ship is, you can't warp there for some reason, because apparently Jack and his ridiculous behind can't figure out where Sora is when they warp. I don't understand that. Anyways, you talk to Will here. He ends up saying, "Yo, I got a skateboard." Why do you guys got a skateboard in Port Royal? I don't friggin' know. Anyways, just like in Grabah, you end up collecting a certain amounts of gems. Unlike Grabah, which you have to get a certain amount of them in a time limit. In this one, you have to go ahead and get them all within a time limit. It's kind of funny. Except this is, I feel, is a little bit easier because, you know, there's not much of a big giant area that you're really traversing through. So you gotta jump over and then you're done. I think you probably need to get like 10 seconds. I'm only saying that because of how cruel this game can be. So, really? 40. Oh, wow. All right. Can you tell that I barely end up 100% in this game 90% of the time? Okay, well, anyways. The next thing is that if you do want to end up doing Proud Mode to get the secret ending, you will have to end up getting all the Mickey emblems for every single Juminy entry. If you don't get a Mickey emblem in there, you're not getting the secret ending. And one of the things that you need to do, aside from the character link, is also synthesizing at least every item once. Doesn't sound as complicated, but it can be if you don't love yourself. And I clearly do not love myself. I'm just being stupid right now. Anyways, let's actually get the last treasure chest, because apparently I'm stupid here and I forgot it, which I don't know how. Where is it? Weird. Also, why is every time I hear the there it is. Every time I end up hearing the Mickey Mouse theme, it literally has like the friggin' intro to the Fox. You know what? That probably ends up proving that they were about to end up taking over Fox, if you really think about it. Because it has like the, you know, the boom boom, boom boom, like it literally has that startup. Guys, it was a hint from the very beginning. Kingdom Hearts 2, or Kingdom Hearts 1, I should say, kind of ended up telling you what was going to happen. Anyways, so if you're having a very difficult time with Terra, there is a way to make him easier. And that requires you to have Fenrir, negative combo, and no combo pluses at all. So what you're essentially going to do, you're going to just do this. And listen. This strategy works. This strategy literally works. And it's ridiculous. Anyways, let me go ahead and showcase this nonsense, shall we? We meet again, young Keyblade Master. Well, at least he acknowledged we're a Keyblade Master. Also, that's the first time you ever actually heard that line. You ever heard the words Keyblade Master in this game. I have nothing more to bestow on you. The only thing I have left is my contempt to Xehanort. Are you willing to take on that burden? It's almost like the Lingering Will was the teacher to Sora, while young Sid was like, yeah, he's not a master. It's like, dude, the freaking dude in the armor was more so of a master than you were, my guy. Anyways, so what you want to do is you want to have Terra be a jerk. That's great. We're off to a great start. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just first get rid of this ridiculousness. And, hey, I'm trying to showcase something. You're being a jerk. Can I? Okay, you're going to be a douche. Where'd you go? Don. Okay, cool. Alright. Thank you, Don. Alright, so this is what you want to do. Boosh. Okay, you kind of want to get rid of Magna Splash. So this is what you want to do. I'm not even joking. This works. I don't know why. He never ends up having the ability to retaliate. Unless you probably end up clanking on something, which could, yeah, if he does that, then he's gonna go ahead and end up essentially getting out of his thing, which is kind of something you don't want to do. But yeah, if you have such a difficult time with Terra, you can just do this to him. Huh, that's weird. Oh, you know what? I know what's happening. And it's actually kind of funny, too, because I know why this is happening. Oh, hello. It's because I have Magna Splash on. We don't want Magna Splash. Ugh. Yeah, because, yeah, this is not working because we have Magna Splash. So, you know what? I'm just going to make him just murder me. And now I'm just going to let you guys just end up enjoying the thing. Would you hit me already, you stupid douche? Yeah! Sadly, it doesn't really kill me. Now do it again! Yeah, thank you. Alright, cool. And then Sora died. Alright, so anyways, let me actually fix that. And I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys just enjoy the Rage Awakening theme. So, yeah, I will see you guys when we actually kick the crap out of this douche. That's how you end up defeating Terra without actually having any sort of effort put into it. Okay, so the reason as to why I think I was having such a difficult time in actually doing that fight or doing that method is because I forgot that this game, I don't know if it's maybe because of the fact that I don't remember if the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix port was on the PS3 was still 30. I don't think it was. I don't know. All I know is that I forgot I had to just keep jump, hit. So that way he doesn't end up retaliating. But yeah, he actually never retaliates whenever you do that. Can you do that to every other boss in the game? No, because they probably will end up slapping you in the face if you try. Terra's the only one that you can do that to. I don't know why you can do that to him. I guess because of how his AI works, you're technically, I don't know, it's weird. Like, it's one of the things I don't really get. I mean, it's kind of, I mean, mind you, every secret super boss in Kingdom Hearts series usually has like their own method of cheesing. But yeah, if you're having a difficult time with Terra, you can just end up utilizing that method. It's cheap, but hey, if you want to get that secret ending a lot easier on crit mode, you can just do that. You don't even have to put any effort in it. Hell, speedrunners do that just for the platinum rank anyways, because fighting him also, I should also recommend to also have the combo boost or the air combo boost thing, because you notice that the damage kept increasing. I don't know if it's because that has something to do with the skill, the ability, or more so because of just how Terra's health works in the game. Not entirely sure. But yeah, that's really it to showcase for this episode. Is essentially, you know, most of the stuff that's there. I have to say, I'm saying a lot. This is actually pretty good. This was a very wild ride and a half to go through, in all things considering, because, oh boy, this is not a big project. There is another big project that's to come, and I'm going to hate myself for it, but that's going to be fine. Appropriate to end off with actually Sora's picture. Oh my god, look at this! This is perfect! I love this! I got like all 4 of the major characters. Got Donald, yeah, Goofy's Donald. Jeez. Oh my god. We have Donald, Goofy, Riku, and Sora. I don't think you can actually get, I don't think Kairi's picture can be in there. Oh yeah, there she is. She's right there. That's fine. I do like these. Picture changing thingy magaggers. Anyways, in the next LP that will be coming along will actually be something that will be coming along next year, because to be honest, I don't really have anything at the moment. I don't really want to start something new until next year. So, hey, if you're watching this at the time of this recording, Happy New Year's. I'll see you guys when hopefully, I'm not saying hopefully, I have confidence that the next year will be a much brighter year for us. I've been Kopika. I'll be seeing you guys. Laters.